What is up, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Omega Gaming Esports Twitch channel here. Today, bringing you another LHG matchup between Omega Gaming Syndicate and Akuma S.
Shurikens.
Shurikens. It began with okay, one of these days, dude. I got it last game once, and it's a hard one. Okay, there's so many S weapons that people can use. It just throws me off. Either way, though, into game number 2, obviously the Shurikens took a swift game number 1 victory over Omega Gaming Syndicate here in pretty convincing fashion as well. And already we can see little bits of deviations in the draft coming out from Syndicate, getting rid of that Camille, which was so pivotal in orchestrating top lane plays and creating a pressure vacuum for the Shurikens really here.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Camille ban is really good response coming out from Syndicate. Maybe they change up their, I guess their play style in terms of maybe just going front to back, but we'll see. The Fiora pick didn't work out too heavily for them, but looks like we're handshaking Ashe Caitlyn unless Len really just doesn't want to pick the Caitlyn here.
I mean, they've left it open, right? And would have made sense to me, but maybe the nerf's just feeling a little bit too much. And I think that the Ashe into Varus felt pretty okay for Twisty down bot last time. It was probably the shining light on a very dull looking team, so to speak, where everybody was sort of falling and failing around the map. The Varus was sort of keeping everything in check and providing a slight chance at a win condition, but obviously wasn't able to come to fruition. And I like that the Varus pick gets picked up again.
Mm-hmm. He definitely didn't underperform on it, right? It was just
exactly, yeah.
We see the Kindred hover. Will it be locked in from the side of Akuma? He does lock it in.
Okay,
Interesting.
so a little bit of a I guess I don't know whether to call it respect or BM here with the Kindred pick. Obviously, they're gonna know that Fallen is a prolific Kindred player, and taking it away from him necessarily when the Olaf's obviously already been picked, so it wasn't too big a deal.
I don't know if I'm correct or wrong on this, but I think at one point Fallen was playing for Akuma, so they're definitely friends. Akuma, Oregon, Fallen.
I think we're good friends with Akuma, right? I mean, we're good friends with everybody, but we've been playing Akuma for a fair while now, at least since I've been casting here. Akuma have been a regular schedule that I've been an honor to cast over.
Yeah, I definitely like the matchups we have with Akuma. I know we played them in Risen Divine last night, I believe. Both of our Diamond teams, D2 teams. That was a fun series to watch, and now we're playing them now in LHG.
Yeah, it's little rivalries across multiple leagues. It's the way of the NA amateur scene, I suppose, that you just come across these different organizations consistently. But
the tail of the tape.
True.
Okay, so
yeah, go on.
I was gonna say we see the Thresh picked up in the Shen response. I don't think that Shen should go support. He did not look comfortable on it. Toad.
Yeah, there was maybe one. There was a taunt flash play that was made. But other than that, most of the flashes used defensively. The taunts not necessarily hitting the mark, so to speak. But into Thresh as well, I think it's probably an even worse matchup. Just because it's so easy to play the Shen out, easy to see when it's coming, and you can predict these things most of the time, just due to how simple it is to see. Okay, Shen's walking up. He's likely gonna taunt right about now, so I'll just use my flay reactively. And so, like the point that we should probably focus a tank toward the top side as well.
And that no ban is actually LeBlanc's, just so everybody knows. And the Malphite ban also respect towards the mid laner of Syndicate.
Is he a big rock player?
He's a big rock player.
Oh,
dude.
I love it.
I was going to mention the Alistar, but Toad locked it in before. Toad, infamous for his Alistar. Great great Alistar player. Hopefully he's going to be able to pull off some engages here, and I really like it into the Kindred to knock people out of that Lamster fight later in the
Yeah.
game.
I want to see some WQ flashes. I want to see some minion taxis into a Q flash. Like that's my prime Alistair combo is just Wing something completely random. It's like a Yasuo Beyblade essentially. You know, you EQ through a random minion with Wind Wall up, and then with the tornado up, and then just get a random knock up with your flash. You can do essentially the same thing on Alistair, and it's just so fun to pull off and can catch so many people off guard. We'll have to see if it's in the wheelhouse. And most games, it's never really pulled off just because there are so many niche things that need to line up for it to be worth to go for. But that's just what I want. That's all. That's it. If I see one of them this game, win or lose, I'll be happy with Toad.
Yeah. And we see the Anivia lock in and the Diana hover coming out for
Timo.
I'm gonna call him Bryn. That's his name. For Bryn in the mid lane here. Sorry if I just doxed you, but for Bryn in the mid lane here. Diana I actually like this. Full committal on the dive comp from Syndicate.
How do you know the Diana into Anivia matchup at all?
No, I
I
do
feel
not.
so I feel like this is probably going to be not too difficult for the Anivia. I think as soon as Diana hits 6, then the Diana obviously is going to get a bit more kill pressure. I think pre-6 the Anivia is actually going to have a fairly straightforward time in terms of just being able to at least go even in the trades. The key thing that'll happen is whether or not the Diana uses the rush to dodge the Anivia stun. And if you're able to do that, then the trade's probably going to go the Diana's favor because without the stun, you don't find the double E damage, and without the double E damage, your champion really just does no considerable damage in trade situations. Diana also going to be fairly adept at pushing in the Anivia early on. As soon as you reach level 6, Anivia just really becomes PvE in terms of putting your ultimate down and then AFKing for the next 25 seconds because you just clear the wave, recall, or clear the wave, sit under your turret, or get vision, or do whatever you want to do. But in a mid lane capacity, the Diana once both mid laners reach 6, unless the Diana is able to get on top of the Anivia, it's going to become a very uninteractive lane phase.
Yeah, I agree. Diana definitely can, like you said, use that those E's. I forgot what they're called. Lunar dashes. Don't
Lunar
quote me.
Rush.
Lunar
I want to say
rushes.
Rush. I want to say Rush. Rush
I
feels
think that's
better.
what her R used to be called. But anyways, she could use those to go over Nivea wall, go over to dodge Nivea's Q, like you mentioned, and can really punish Nivea because Nivea doesn't do well if she doesn't have her stun and somebody's on top of her.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of outplay potential, really, on both sides, I'd say as well. Akuma actually drafted themselves really nice composition of damage here that I want to point out that they've obviously got Kindred Ash for physical and then Rumble Anivia for the magical damage. What they don't really have is particularly a front line. And when you look across Syndicate, it's probably something that Syndicate have quite a lot of, right? Alistair Shen, as well as the Olaf with the Shen on top of him with Stand United. There's a lot of ways for Syndicate to just beef out and be a front line. At the same time, though, it's very obvious what Syndicate want to do. They want to run at you and make plays happen. And Akuma have got so much zone control just in their composition that it's going to be really difficult for Syndicate to actually get these things to happen because you should imagine, trying to set up for a Drake fight. Say Akuma are there first, the Anivia are just going to be able to zone off an entire choke point. Rumble will be able to zone off a different one. And even if Syndicate have the priority on the pit, then they're going to have to try. If they're trying to take a fight, it's so hard to run into this composition just through the amount of zone area of control abilities that they do have. So Syndicate really need to get ahead and make it so these things aren't important, so they can just out damage them and outrun them essentially in the early game.
I agree with what you're saying here. I apologize, dude. I need to quickly take care of something.
Of course.
Should we? Do you want to keep talking, or should we cut it to a break while we wait?
No, we can do a break if you need to quickly handle something. Then that is fine.
Yeah.
The draft is gonna play out as you guys saw. But yeah, we'll throw it to a short intermission here. Gonna probably be 5 or so minutes while we let it get through. Obviously, all of the champs getting locked in, spectator delay, getting synced up on the other side of the loading screen. So don't go anywhere, guys. We've got the second game of Omega Gaming Syndicate versus the Akuma Shurikens here on the Omega Gaming Twitch esports channel. We will be right on back here, so don't go anywhere. Don't touch that browser. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Omega Gaming Esports Twitch channel. I am Rudu, joined by Ivar for this game number 2 between Akuma Shurikens versus the Omega Gaming Syndicate squad here.
Okay, we got it down.
And only at the 4th time of trying, I've nailed the introduction here with the right team name. So thanks to everybody for making me a better caster. I feel brilliant already. And early level 1 trades going on. The Olaf getting bullied around a little bit. The Electro Harpoon start on this Rumble, who's elected to not buy items early on in this lane.
Intentional, dude. He has the Orin passive.
He's got the on passive. He's saving up 50 gold so he can buy a D-shield and 2 health potions. Yeah, I think he's realized the error in his ways now. Going to go back, pick up the D-shield himself, and you know, maybe it's a big brain play. Maybe if they get first blood, he goes back and picks up something worth 800 gold. Or 900 gold, actually. Maybe he gets Fiendish Codex, just first recall, or Blasting Wand.
Blasting Wand, yeah.
Blasting
Wand's probably the buy, but instead, you know, he does back buy that shield. And we're going to see jungler starting on opposite sides here. And the bot lane of Syndicate is showing instantly, so that should indicate the path of Fallen Artemis.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, they have to, you know, take it with a grain of salt. They have to remember that this is obviously an Olaf, so can pretty much start on any camp that they want to. And, you know, be able to clear it themselves, be able to make something happen out of it. You know, you can start Raptors, you can start Wolves. That being said, though, Hexsmith, we can already see, taking a quick route into the enemy jungle here, has actually managed to pick up the blue buff, and now also working his way through the Gromp. And Artemis is going to find the blue buff missing.
Yeah, they need to be careful here. The side of both sides need to be careful. He just jumps over the wall. He flashes over Fallen Artemis a little bit too forward. Toad flashes over too, only level 1, but he's going to go down. Fallen Artemis just getting ignited. First blood going over to the side of...
Oh no, this TP is not good.
Yeah, the TP is going to be not the best. He does get red buff slowed, has to turn around, and he will be going down. Flashes over the wall too, and unfortunately goes down as well. 2 kills picked up for the side of Akuma Shurikens there, and no flashes available for the bot lane.
Yeah, 3 actually all told with the initial kill that Artemis, or onto Artemis where he flashes the wall. I'm getting flashbacks to yesterday, the level 1 or the early gameplays from the Unleashed guys. Feeling very reminiscent here. Some similar vibes of just oh no coming across to myself.
Oh no.
Oh no. But you know, again, really nice capitalization from Akuma, picking up an advantage in a situation that I don't necessarily think that they should have done. I think Artemis secured himself the Gromp, managed to punish Hexsmith for staying.
Twisty needs to be careful. He can get hooked here. He does get hooked. Flay does come out. Cleanse was used, but double knockout coming out from Toad, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's no flashes available, no cleanse, no heal. The slow comes out. Ash picks up another kill in the bot lane there. Flay does come out from asymmetric. No hook available, and Toad will just walk that out.
Yeah, and this is a really nice early game start for Akuma here. This is exactly what you want. Well, this isn't necessarily what you want if you're Akuma. They're probably happy just to sit and scale up, knowing they're versus an Olaf. And when you're in a situation where you're playing a scaling game, but you're 4,000 or you're 2,000 gold up, 4 kills to the good within 4 minutes, you're going to take that every day of the week. They're going to be so happy, and this game is now already so difficult for Syndicate to try and bounce back from, that it's going to be really difficult for them, to say the least.
Yeah. Bryn on this Diana really playing well so far. The mid lane has 15 CS lead, but that's expected in the early game.
Yeah, and Nivea finds it really difficult trying a CS early on. Slow also attacks, so, you know, also attack speed's probably the same, but just the animation on Anivia is pretty gross. Diana early on has potential to push in this Anivia, and that's exactly what we've seen happening. She's been pushing in wave after wave, meaning the Anivia's last hitting under turret leaves a lot to be desired, especially as this Ice Bird Doesn't necessarily do too well with the AD.
We do see
Oh, this is
a
a
gank coming
repeat.
out in the bot lane. Yeah, Flay does come out. Nice knock up and headbutt coming out from Toad there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They're going to just tunnel straight onto Twisty because the mark is there. Hook does come out, and they're going to try to just donate this one over to the Kindred. Picks up that mark, and 3-0 on the Kindred already.
Wow, that's a big Kindred this early on, and it's reminiscent again of game number 1 where all of the plays happening around Kindred, happening around the jungler here. Hexmist really showing up huge for his team, making a lot of things happen early on. Doesn't quite have the same 100% kill participation, but I mean, he was there for all of the kills, just not necessarily finding a mark or a point of damage is probably more appropriate when you're talking about a Kindred, but either way, looking for this Cloud Drake now. Artemis is nearby, and low health bars mean this could definitely be a 50-50 or definitely contestable.
Level advantage for Akuma here for the jungle smites, but I don't think it's going to be contested. I think Fallen Artemis is just going to pick this one up, and I think Syndicate just needs to walk it out and not look for a fight here. Oh, actually, they do have Brit on the backside here, so maybe they will look for something.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be...
does stop the back.
Yep, this is definitely going to be a play. 4-man bot lane, looking to be in the works here. Golden Toad has no flash, but Shenult as well, 5-man bot.
Double taunt onto the backside here. 1 kill picked up for the Thresh. 2 kill picked up for the Thresh. 3 kills picked up for the Thresh. That's the third right there. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I like the notion of the play. Unfortunately, they got a little too far toward their turret for that to ever work out in their favor. And I think overall, it's probably just about net positive for Syndicate because they get kills on valuable members, whereas all of the triple kill went on to asymmetric on this Thresh. But, you know, we talk about, once again, going for these plays. Oh, but fighting the jungle. Artemis might kill Hexmist here.
Yeah,
this Kindred is huge.
Artemis, yeah, he does go down. The Kindred does pick up that kill. I think it should be traded back here. Blood does not land the taunt, but we do see Bryn on this. Yeah, he flashes forward with the dash. Smite actually picked up by the Kindred here. Kindred's staying alive for a long time, but he should go down.
No dash on Diana. Missed the reset.
No dash on Diana. No reset was available, but he's walking it out. Dash should be coming up in 2 seconds here. Yeah, he does have it available. Now, taunt does come out, and shutdown given over. Enchanted Crystal Arrow does not land. Alive is here in the mid lane. They need to be careful, the side of Mega Gaming Syndicate. Getting split up by this wall. No flash available for Bryn on this Diana. Actually, dashes over. Lands the reset. Does not need to dash just yet. It's a prolonged fight. Beautiful flashlight coming out. Beautiful 3-man ultimate into 2-man knockup into the tower. Taunt does not land. The asymmetric should be going down here. Toad uses the ignite. The ignite should pick that up, but Alive picks up a kill in return. And in the bot side here, we do see Fallen Artemis ganking onto this Ashe here. Picks up that axe, does land the undertow, and another kill in return for the side of Mega Gaming Syndicate.
So overall, I mean, that was a super long trade starting out at the red buff of all places. In Syndicate's jungle, a 2 for 2 across the map here. They do pick up the kill onto Hexmist. It's actually the Diana that picks that one up, gets the big shutdown there. And they also get Ashe down in the bot lane, but a little bit again of an overextension from Syndicate. Toad here falling once again on this Alistair. Has been trying to make the plays happen, but is falling quite far behind in experience in order to do so and make those things happen.
Yep, and I want to just stop and say a huge thank you to Excellency for the 30-man raid. I appreciate it greatly. We are in game 2 of a best-of-3 series here. Mega Gaming Syndicate taking on Akuma Shurikens in LHG Premier League. This is week 2. Both teams are 1-0, I believe, so definitely exciting matchup. Shurikens lead the series 1-0, and like I said, we are in game 2 here. Shurikens have a commanding lead, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of well, not a lot, but a fair claim riding on this series as to who is going to be those top dogs. We see a 4-man play again bot lane.
Yeah. Flay to keep his team alive, but shutdown given over to Twisty, and Arrow is used onto Fallen Artemis, and he's going to land that undertow, tank the tower, and they're going to try to donate this kill over. Blood King actually does pick it up, but he will go down. Kill going over to the Ashe. Plate picked up in the top lane by the Rumble.
Yeah, and they're going for these plays and they're making them work. They're getting the kills that they want, but every time they're eking over little bits of advantages to Akuma here. I mean, the first time they did it, the Zillion and the Rumble both were able to, or the Zillion, where am I going? The Anivia and the Rumble were both able to farm up pretty freely themselves. This time, Kindred, oh, this is a TP top.
Yeah, CP top lane coming out. Blood King does not have flash available. He's just getting burned to a crisp, and he will go down.
Yeah, Mountain Dread doing so much damage right there. Full Warrior enchant completed on the Kindred already, means he's dishing out an absolute boatload of damage right here. The Rumble as well almost completed a full Liandry's. 11 minutes into this game, this Rumble is incredibly scary as well, so lots of power on Akuma, and as I mentioned, the fact that Syndicate are going for the plays bot side, they're committing 5 people always. And, you know, the majority of the time, Akuma are quite happy to just let their bot lane die and say, you know what, solo lanes, you can just generate an advantage and win, and Hexmith's just going to find out how strong he is.
Yeah, he is very farmed on this Kindred. Probably can take over the game now. I believe he is sitting on, that's, yeah, 6 stacks now. Looking for a play in the bot lane. Chain of Corruption does land. They're going to instantly try to pop the...
Nice play.
Yeah, beautiful play, actually. They're going to try to pop asymmetric here, but they're not picking it up. TP comes out, Flash comes out from Twisty, he picks up the kill. Ultimate does not land from Bryn there, and Ash picks up a double kill. They turn that around. A 2-for-2 play, 2v2 play turned into a 2-for-1 in favor of Akuma Shurikens.
Yeah, and that's that TP advantage coming through again. Probably wasn't too pertinent in that play, we'll say. Felt like the SWBF had that under control. Obviously, it's always nice that your Anivia is willing to teleport down and help you out, but I think in that particular situation, wasn't all that needed. That being said, though, they generate more than just a couple of kills in the bot lane. They're able to get themselves a Infernal Dragon for themselves. Opens up this Ocean Drake Rift now. So not the Cloud Soul, not something that most teams despise to see these days. But a lot of people now walking in the jungle, and Hexmith may be caught.
Yeah, needs to be careful here. Fallen Artemis is going to go down to alive actually, but Hexmith is going to win this against the ADC. Yeah, has to pop the Lamb just right. Twisty needs to be careful. Beautiful flash coming out from Hexmith, stays alive, heals up off that, but pan up to the top lane for a fight here. Blood King's trying to stay alive, but he's getting burned to a crisp. And Hexmith does go down, shutdown given over to Bryn here. Then Toe's probably dead to rights here, getting walled in. That's stun available, walking it out with that ultimate. Gets hooked in, Flay does land. And I must say, Asymmetric is playing phenomenal in this Thresh.
Yeah, hook after hook, flay after flay. Really dominating pretty much every member of the Syndicate squad here on this Thresh. It's going incredibly well for him. And it's going to be getting toward that point where as soon as he hooks anybody, they're going to die. And it doesn't matter if it's the Shen, doesn't matter if it's the Olaf. Even if the Olaf pops Ragnarok, you have to feel like he's probably just going to take it and press W, bring somebody in with him, and look at this now, 9 Klein maybe in a bit of danger. Flash forward from Artemis, picks it up. So a little bit of greed there from the Rumble. Stays a little bit too long, goes for a little bit too much. The bit off a bit more than he could chew in that situation. Has managed to pick himself up though, full pen boots and the Liandries as well, so anybody gets anywhere near this Rumble, they're going to get roasted alive.
Yeah, there's a lot of carry potential from every single person on the side of Shurikens, so Syndicate needs to be careful.
Super careful indeed, because this is sort of what we were talking about. We've seen it from early on, and we saw it. We talked about it in the draft that Syndicate know exactly what they want to do, but then again, so do Akuma. Like, it's incredibly telegraphed what they're going to go for, and pretty much all 4 or 5 of these champions that are dive oriented from Syndicate are run at you style champions. Here you see it in the bot lane.
Yeah, going in for trying to get a solo kill. Beautiful stopwatch.
Equalizer available.
Equalizer is available. This will find the top lane. 2-man taunt from Blood King. Blood King does go down to the Thresh, and looks like yeah, kill traded back in the bot lane here. 2-for-1 across the map in favor of Shurikens.
Chain of Corruption goes wide alive, gonna walk on away from the Alistair. Keeps himself safe here, and pretty greedy build actually coming out from the Anivia. Rod of Ages into a tier purchase. Means that the super scaling is going to come out for the Anivia, and at this point I don't even know that the tier is needed. You're so far ahead that maybe just going more upfront damage
Yeah, I
is
think
how you're going to go
going
for it, but
maybe Oblivion Ord into like a Death Cap or like just straight Leandries. You're slowing them already, and your Leandries just does more damage on the slows.
yeah, I think this is just an insurance policy more than anything, and sort of I'm not sure that they needed it. I think that we can agree that this Anivia is quite far ahead at this point. You know, just look at the chunk. In terms of just sheer levels, experience, all that good stuff. Hexmist going in here.
Yeah, and pretty much solo. He decides not to go further there.
Really, actually
And
well
Brent's just
played.
gonna
Nice pathing from Diana there. He paths as though he has flash, and as though he's going to use it to make it so the Kindred can't secure it. But double flash burn, cleanse too early.
yeah, but he's still gonna go down instantly. Yeah, asymmetric's hitting these hooks really, really phenomenally.
Yeah, the Rift Herald now available as well means that Akuma are going to translate this into another objective, and this is what we like to see from top teams, is not just being able to farm kills, but being able to get the objectives after the fact as well. So far they've netted 3 turrets for themselves, netted a double herald and also a dragon for themselves, so not just 22 kills in their pocket, also a few neutral objectives as well. You know, 22, this 32 kill game at 16 minutes, almost 2 kills per minute, absolute bloodbath. In game number 2, considering game 1 was relative to this fairly reserved to see an engaged bot lane.
Yeah, and is he going to be able to turn this around? Klein does trade the kill back, but he will be going down here to Blood King. 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane there, but it was a 2v1, so that's going to mean the other side of the map has favorable numbers for the side of Akuma. Chain of Corruption is used, lands onto asymmetric chains up Kindred, and nothing's going to come from that.
Okay, so I've just seen the interaction, and I've remembered a fairly strong counter pick to the Olaf is the Anivia, in fact, because you know you can prevent CC from hitting yourself as the Olaf, but what you can't do is run through walls. You are not Kayn. And Anivia, with the terrain just in her W that she builds up, really shuts out a lot of Artemis's playmaking potential, be it he's trying to collapse onto the Anivia, he just throws up the wall, means that the Anivia or the Olaf can't get past so easily. Or if he's trying to escape, like you saw there, getting caught between the turrets, or between the turret and the enemies essentially, so made him have to path all the way around it so before he could get to safety. Anivia as well, just as a TLDR, is just an incredibly strong counter to Olaf for that primary reason.
Agreed. Trying to think of ways Syndicate can get back into this game, but it's looking really grim.
The issue that they've got is that they drafted super early game focus. Whenever you draft Olaf, you draft early game focus, and you need to start building Drake leads so that your soul is what carries you through the fact that your jungler has essentially fallen off of a cliff. At this point, they're 2 Drakes down, and they're not going to have that potential pretty much at any point during this game, so they're fighting 4v5 the entire time as we've seen engage.
Yeah, and they're going to go in here. We see the channel onto Twisty here. Twisty can't even step forward, no space for him to create any damage in the team fight. And Hexmist does get flash taunted. He's going to take that lantern and get out with that passage. Twisty's going to need to be careful. Last auto is going to come out from Ash, picks up the kill. Beautiful equalizer coming out from Klein on this Rumble, and that's going to pick up 2 more kills. Double kill given up for Ash. And yeah, Mega Gaming Syndicate just getting run over now.
Yeah, they really are, unfortunately. And again, just Hexmist pulling out all of the stops in the early game, gatewaying his team into a position where they can now start taking over the solo lanes. Of again, been a bit of a story of this series that game 1 they took over with just superior map movements and wave management. Game number 2 here they've been able to just dominate as well again, but here comes the engage from Syndicate.
Yeah, beautiful two-man moonfall coming out from the Diana with a knockup from Alistar, and picks up a double kill. So signs of life from Syndicate, but I think they're just going to get stat checked here soon.
too little too late. Fail combo onto Hex, missed here. Lantern is going to be able to maybe get in safety, but Golden Toad just gets absolutely melted under
Hook
the
does land.
damage.
Yeah, Ragnarok is used, but he's going to go down as well. 2 kills picked up thus far, and I don't think that Diana's going to be able to live here. Just getting kited out. Looks for a trade back, doesn't get that. 3 kills in the favor. Ooh, if that hook landed. 3 for 0 so far in favor of Shurikens. Beautiful equalizer right onto Twisty. Twisty needs to cleanse the slow. Most likely will go down. He walks back into the equalizer. Ash arrow from downtown does land onto the Shen, and that will probably mean GG's for game 2 and the series, going in favor of Akuma.
Yeah,
Shurikens.
incredibly strong fighting team composition here, and even fighting in such open spaces as a mid lane. Syndicate find it incredibly difficult to try and go for a fight. Golden Toad hooked up again, might just fall. Don't know that this is going to signal the end of the game. They might have to just accept a couple more kills, and if Syndicate overchase here, they could be in a bit of danger.
Yeah, and we see Olaf jumping in. Gonna go down to the Anivia there.
Yeah, Alive looking here. He's got walls still available. Goes for the play. Nice combo comes out, but he's now left all on his own. Thresh recalling behind him. Not going to throw the lantern, and no egg available means that
Beautiful stun.
he's going to go to a very low amounts of HP. Not necessarily going to die, but gets himself just, I say just, to safety. Asymmetric has 7 kills on Thresh. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, he got that triple kill when they dove bot tower, right?
And then he's found 4 more.
4 more, dude. Yeah. Bloodthirsty supports.
What are you going to do? I mean, Thresh is one of the easiest supports to kill steal on, just because of your Flay wind up, essentially, doing so much damage. If you're collecting souls and you're on top of it, you can do a scary chunk of damage with that. He's out leveling Twisty on the Varus as Thresh support, so that's never boding well here for you if you're looking to Syndicate to maybe try and come back. Hexmist just jumping on him pretty fearlessly.
They're gonna really pick something up here. Lambda Sprite is used. They stun him right on top of that Dark Passage. He can't take it, and the jungler does go down from the side of Akuma Shurikens. Maybe Syndicate puts their eyes on Baron here.
Yeah, definitely could be an option with no jungler available. It's the natural play, but I think this is probably going to go pretty poorly for them. Equalizer available, Anivia as well. This is where the Akuma comp thrives.
Toad's just going to go in, trying to dissuade the engage from Shurikens. He goes down instantly there to the burst. Beautiful equalizer over the top. Air shower does come over. Baron is secured by Fallen Artemis, but it doesn't mean anything really, since the side of Omega Gaming Syndicate just gets annihilated. 4 for 0 trade thus far. TP coming into the base, and Twisty just needs to hope he can get out. Has that ban recall, but the volley comes out from the Ash, and he is going to be burned to a crisp. And now, I think, it's the game.
Yes, it looks like with Anivia knocking on the base, taking down some Nexus turrets with a super minion by her side, the Lone Ranger with the teleport gonna go through. Gonna secure one Nexus turret, looking now for the top lane inhibitor, because why not? But Toad spamming the dinner bell here, he knows that it's pretty doomed.
Shen ultimate coming out, trying to keep him alive. Hook goes left, and Fallen Artemis just gonna run at them, as Olaf's do. Just run blindly, trying to pick up a kill on that Ash, but now it's just stat padding. Flash taunt comes out, nice flash from the Ash. Keeps her alive, and Blood King will be going down here as well. The Ash DPSing. Beautiful hook coming out from Asymmetric. Twisty has to cleanse flash away there, and Moonfall used by Brain here, but he's going to go down. Not enough damage behind that, and that will be the game and the series going over to Akuma Shurikens. Excuse me.
Yeah, pretty big win for the Shurikens there, to be honest. Pretty dominant games across the board. To be honest, like there was really nothing Syndicate could say at all during that series.
Yeah, it's the common tale of they snowballed so aggressively in the bot lane from that misplay, or over aggression from Syndicate when Fallen flashed over the wall. And they kind of just ran with it, and they kept punishing the flashless bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. The going for that play as level one Alistair, you just can't get away with it, and they didn't, right? The fact that Akuma were there to punish really showed, and all of the presence that Kindred had, not just in this game also, but game number one, not necessarily Kindred, but the jungler himself, came up absolutely huge both games and really uh, took over the game essentially. And that's what junglers are supposed to do. They're supposed to gateway your carries into a position where late game you can just sit back and say, "Hey, I've done my job. Look at my raid bosses now. You got to try and take these guys down." But he was consistently pumping out the damage throughout both games. So really well played to Hexsmiths there.
Yeah, and I think that's all we have for you today. Um, anything to add, dude, before I sign us out here?
No, you go for it, Ivor.
Okay. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please make sure to drop a follow on our Twitter. It's in the bottom there. Drop a follow on our Twitch so you know when we're live. We will be back Saturday with our Mega Gaming Lunar team in Risen. They are looking to improve to a 8-1 record. That would be really dope if they're able to pull it off. But we'll be live Saturday at 7 p.m. EST, and I think that's the last game this week. But
We've got
I think
Friday.
moving.
Friday we've got Risen.
Oh
We've got
wait,
we,
you're
we've
right.
got two games of Luna this
Yes,
week.
it's Friday and Saturday. 2 games of Lunar this week, back to back. Looking to end their regular season out strong, moving into playoffs. But yeah, I think moving into next week we'll have a lot more streams, especially with a lot of the newer teams starting up.
A
Uh,
lot more.
we might be moving to 7 days a week. Who knows? 6 days a week. But it is what it is. We do it for you guys. So thank you for everybody for tuning in. I think we're gonna send the viewers over to. Let's see. Let's send them over
I have
to Blue
style at
Water.
the minute, but Blue Water works as well. Yep.
Let's send it over to Blue Water.
Okay, okay.
We haven't given them a raid in a little bit, so everybody, we're gonna go over to Blue Water, send them some love. I think they're doing a best of 3 right now in game 2. So uh, thank you all. I'm Ivar, joined by the wonderful, wonderful Rid Dude. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace, guys.